Hi, Caitlin. I'm going to give you some feedback on week 2 and week 3, and maybe week 4 if it's there, in terms of your student portfolio. And so you've given yourself a grade here, but I can't really even look at the grade without your justification. That's the critical part. It actually isn't the grade. I want to know your thinking. And I know you're probably used to the instructor saying, you're saying, well, here's my work, and this is what I think it's worth. You you figure it out. But I'm trying to put that control on you, and I know it's a bit of a shift. So you need to tell me why. You can imagine if you're a teacher, student comes to you and says, I need an A, and or I should get an A. And you'd say, why? And they say, well, I should. You'd say, well, I'd like to know. A is a pretty high grade, so you want to give justification. So I'm not going to repeat myself, but you need to justify. You have the link to the Chat GPT conversation, which is great, and that's fine. You did the activity, um, and then you have the reflection, and this is for the information literacy, and you produced the report. Perhaps not in the snazziest format, right? But you've done it. It's actually looks like I think pretty sure that's a week 2 activity. I can't edit this. It doesn't look like I can anyway. Maybe. Let me see. Can I edit it? Yeah. Yes, I can. So yeah, it's a week 2 activity just to help you out there. So check mark there. Looks like you did, a fair bit of work on that, and you've got that here. You don't need to. If you have these links here, you don't need to copy it in here, which I can see. Um, it's a little hard to understand your critical thinking. It's a bit short. I understand you're busy, and so you're not giving a full reflection, but uh, yeah, I think that's pretty sort of decent work. So I would say, kind of like if I were doing it, sort of maybe around that A minus quality. You've done it and you've completed it, and that's good. You have the personal project. You have the conversation. Um, and you've gone down, you've given, and yeah, so it's given you spent an hour on this, is using Gen AI to support lesson planning for future practice. So that's great. What would be helpful at this stage, because it looks like you've only spent a couple of hours on your personal project, and remember, you're supposed to spend 36 hours in total, is having a link to what you're producing. And maybe you're just reflecting at this point, and I understand you might not have the time. Um, and then, oh wow, okay, you've got a lot of here. That's your big, good. So you put in your contribution here. Uh, in this case, you would use this prompt here. Um, and so it looks like you were doing your debate there, which is fine. But the kind of summary of And then what is this? Okay, this is your resource, which is excellent. So I think your student reflection is a little like it's hard to know what your in-class contributions were other than this one debate. So I'm sure you did other things. You worked in a group. Maybe you put your camera on. Maybe you asked questions. Maybe you helped. Whatever. Those are kinds of things that can be answered, and that's why I give you the prompt. And then you do provide, this is in the right format, and uh, okay, yeah, good. So you're given a really nice description. That's an A plus sort of entry there. Now here you get a little better. So you completed all tasks, you linked to breakdowns, completed 4 hours of personal project work, which is good. You participated in class, camera on, you organized portfolio for easy access. Those are all very good reasons. I might like to know what you learned. I don't want to be picky, but that's certainly much better justification. You have an activity breakdown. What's this for? Oh, right. Okay. Procrastination, burnout, boredom, uh, online school struggles. Sorry, not online school. Yeah, online school online learning and anxiety. And then you selected the challenge, burnout, ChatGPT, sit comfortably, shoulders, analysis, felt relaxed. It's a good experience. I've done breath work. However, I think with some prompt work, I could to create a more other mindful acts. Okay, nice. So that's I like that. You've done a good job. I agree. That's an A quality work. And then you're reflecting, and then you give your summary here, which is oh, okay. So you struggle with motivation, stress about weekly time requirements, activity helped. Yeah, okay. We're trying to reduce that, so I understand. And I'm not trying to make life stressful, um, but we'll try to address those. But you did a good job here. Now you have a nice link to your personal project, which is lovely. And develop an AI integrated lesson plan series. Okay. There's a video breakdown. Gemini Learn. The Gemini is built right into YouTube. Very cool. Um, persona. Okay, nice. Aim, recipients, theme, part and lesson planning, prompt. Okay, so you're learning quite a bit about this, which is great. This identifies. Let's see the persona. Is it kind of okay? Yeah, it's kind of giving you. So you're playing around here with a template, and so that's good. You've really put some depth in here. I can see you spent some time, which is great, as evidence that you have done that. You've got rich answers here, so that's great in terms of your reflection, and um, you figured out kind of an approach to do this. Well done. I would agree. This is definitely A quality work. Um, and then here's the link to the slide. That's interesting. What's this for? Oh, with your napkin work. Oh, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, you don't have to prove that, but you've done work. Got a nice resource. 100%. I would agree that you're in the A category. So you're moving up with a bullet here, and you've got a good resource here. Maybe a richer description, but it's pretty good. A plus. Okay, so you want to had camera on in class, participating in breakout. So I'd like maybe know a little bit more detail. You're pushing A plus here, so you got to give me an A plus. Completed activity, reflected on learnings. Okay, that's good, but did you complete? What extra did you do? Right. The layout is stellar. Okay, there you go. Well, that's what we're looking for. Something and because logged on the personal project made huge progress. So you're pretty excited here. You're making lots of progress. I'm excited. Here's the activity link. For some reason, challenge.